Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta get it pumped up, baby. Get it pumped up. What is going on? It's your boy Preston, Fat Samurai Guy, back again with another Movie Dojo podcast episode. Our favorite movies. That's right. This series, we're bringing it back and hanging out in the dojo today is my brother from another mother, Kyle, action director, actor, assistant director, editor, filmmaker, writer. He's kind of done everything at this point.
Gynecology.
Yeah. Gynecology. Kyle Wong in the hizzy. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me back on this, and I can't wait to talk about this one.
Yes.
We've been talking about this one for quite some time.
I know. And yeah, we're going to have a blast talking about John Carpenter's Vampires 1998, baby. Ooh, let me blow up some of the swag there. Yeah. Oh, that's the Twilight Time release. Oh, so that's like expensive now, huh?
Very rare. I found this in Amoeba, and I was like, I'm getting this. And then I found out Shout Factory to like release it, and I was like, whatever. I still got this. It's fine.
Well, yeah, that one's the more rare version, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and that's this guy's pick. That's right. For this episode, I've been having so much fun having all these special guests here on the podcast, and they're the ones picking the horror movies to discuss because we're getting excited. We're leading up to my favorite holiday of the year, Halloween. That's right, and no better way to get excited for Halloween to talk about some vamps.
Yep.
I know OGP's watching this right now. He wants me to say it's vamp time so bad.
Or everyone's new slang. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. Yeah, there you go. I had to hold it back. Yeah, I can't say it's vamp time, but you guys got to watch our Slayers review here on the channel to get all those references, but hilarious references. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here we go.
Time to kill some vampires.
A showdown is about to begin between the soldiers of the day and the army of the night.
You can't kill me.
James Woods.
Oh my baby.
John Carpenter's Vampires. Rated R.
Yeah. That's how you do a TV spot, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The 90s representing, getting you excited, being badass.
Marilyn Manson blaring on that trailer. I remember that when I was 10 years old. I'm like, this is fucking insane.
Rub it in. Rub it in how much younger you are.
And the side fact that this came out after Blade as well at that time.
Yeah, I think to its detriment. Unfortunately, they both came out the same year, I believe. Yeah, 98. And we're going to give our first impressions, and then we'll jump right into the movie. And of course, this is 1998. We're going to be talking spoilers on this one. But yeah, here we go. For those of you who have not seen the film, there we go. Sorry, you had to clear the throat there. The plot synopsis. Here we go. Recovering from an ambush that killed his entire team, a vengeful vampire slayer must retrieve an ancient Catholic relic that should it be acquired by vampires, it's not going to be good. That it will allow them to walk in sunlight. Look at that. Yeah. Almost like Blade. We're trying to resurrect the blood god.
Yeah.
So we can all walk around and be a day walkers. That's right. James Woods plays Jack Crow. That's a great name.
Yeah.
We have Cheryl Lee as Katrina. She's a huge highlight in this movie for me. But the main man, the legend himself. That's right. Thomas Ian Griffith as Valak. Steals the show. He's so good. You got Mark Boone Jr. here from, I believe, 30 Days of Night. So
he did 30 Days of Night right after. Well, not right after, but definitely after this.
Yeah, another really good vampire flick. And for all you Sons of Anarchy fans out there. And it's short-lived, but it's always good to see him. Kerry Tagawa, Shang Tsung himself, And shout out to Henry Kingi, who plays Anthony, who's in everything. It's all you see this stunt guy in everything, man. Predator 2, he's in so much stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, Gregory Sierra, Tim Guinea
Yep.
as Father Adam.
Who was
And,
also in Blade as
oh my,
as
you're
the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend.
oh my god, holy shit. Bro, you just blew my mind right now. Wow, I didn't even know. I just not noticed that until you let me know. Wow, that's crazy. And Daniel Baldwin as Anthony Montoya. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here, of course, directed by the amazing John Carpenter.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I have not seen any other Daniel Baldwin movies, and I'm just gonna throw a Hail Mary here, and I'm just gonna say this has to be his best film.
I agree. I actually agree.
This
Because-
has to be. This has to be his best role. This
Yep.
has to be his best performance. This has to be his best movie. It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody watching this and listening to this on Spotify, let us know in the chat and in comment section if there's any other amazing Daniel Baldwin starring movies. And if you have any recommendations for us, there's some riff tracks. I think there's some Daniel Baldwin movies on riff tracks where they take a shot at him. I'm sure for comedic purposes because it's riff tracks. Shout out to the Mystery Science Theater crew. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, dude, this has to be his best movie.
I agree.
Like hands down.
Like, especially when we get into it, like he is basically the heart in compared to James Woods' character when you really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, let's jump right into it.
Yep.
I would have to say this film has one of the most exciting opening
oh yeah.
action set pieces. Just like Blade.
Yeah. And the fact that this is more like a Western, but it
Yes.
approaches it really well too.
Yes.
Like showing off how these guys are just like not just doing it as a job, but they actually like, no, we do this. We believe that we have to do this. And
Right.
it's
Yes.
really well done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know if John Carpenter and Walter Hill said this, but I think they said all their films are westerns. It might be more Walter Hill than John Carpenter, but John may have said it. But I'm trying to find out the other gentleman's name. He's another stunt guy. I don't know if it's Thomas Rosales Jr. It might be him, but if you look in the far left, the very far left, that dude right there,
Yeah.
that guy, him, and let me go back down to the other gentleman's name here, Henry Kingi as Anthony.
Yeah.
Those stunt dudes that have been in 5 billion movie
Yes.
projects. You will see them in so like
The
so
80s
many
and
movies.
90s, they dominated being the henchmen.
Yes.
And just a
Predator.
random criminal.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think Henry was in both Predator movies. I think he was in both movies.
Wasn't
But-
Henry like El Scorpio?
Yeah, he was El
Holy
Scorpio. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
But I think he was in. I think he was the part of Predator when he gets in the truck and the truck blows up because Arnold
Oh,
like fucks.
yeah.
I think that's him. But like, yeah, it's fun seeing both of them in the same movie, but together. But yeah, they've been in so much, man. It's like crazy. But yeah, this opening, dude. Oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat in the movie
yeah.
theater. In the movie theater. I'm just gonna give my quick first impressions.
Yep.
And then you tell me what you thought about it, and then we'll talk about how we feel about the movie now,
Yes.
and then we'll get into it. So, unfortunately, I saw Blade first, which blew my mind because I was not expecting. I wasn't even really that familiar with the character. I think I knew he was a comic book character. I seen the comics. I remember seeing him Blade appear on the Spider-Man animated cartoon show.
Yes.
But I wasn't like super well versed in the Blade knowledge. And I knew who Wesley Snipes was. Passenger 57, son. Always been on black. And I had no idea I was about to watch something that awesome and that badass. I was like, I was not prepared. And so after I ended up seeing Blade like 3 times. And I kind of wish John Carpenter's Vampires came out in a different year, or maybe the very next year, I think it would have did better with its box office. But I was on a Blade high, and then I went into seeing John Carpenter's Vampires, and I was still on that Blade high. But here's the thing: I didn't like it as much as Blade, and I was a little disappointed with the finale because I wanted more action because of Blade,
Yeah.
right? God damn it, Blade! All right, but I still liked the film. It wasn't until I revisited it on DVD, and I was just like, "This is fucking great." And I even love the more every time I watch this movie, I love it more and more and more. Especially when I finally got the Shout Factory Blu-ray, and then I rewatched it a couple of months ago, and I was just like, "This is fucking phenomenal." This movie does not need to be Blade. I don't want this movie to be Blade.
Yeah.
I want it to be its own thing, and everything was just like perfect, man. Like I was like really, really surprised how much I grew to love the movie more and more and more. And now it's one of my favorites of John Carpenter's filmography, man. It's so good. But yeah, this beginning, phenomenal. But yeah, talk about when you first saw the film and how do you feel about it now?
Like, definitely the same experience of watching Blade first, and then I was like in a weird like vampire.
You were 5 years old.
I was
I'm just
10. I was 10.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was 10 and watching Blade, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome!" And I was just like trying to figure out all the other vampire movies that were out there, like From Dusk Till Dawn. Definitely blew my mind. And
Yeah.
then I would say this movie introduced me to gore. Because I
Yeah.
remember when kids don't are told by the parents, no, you shouldn't watch this movie, you shouldn't watch this movie. But my mom definitely rented the movie for me, and I sat there and watched it. I felt the tension back then, and
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like, this is fucking bloody. But I watched it. I was just like still enthralled with the whole story and everything else. It Now that I'm older, it was like I still feel like that when I watch it, like, oh my god, this is really well done. Like
Yeah.
the Western setting of the pacing and everything else is just so put well versed in how it starts. And just if you put Blade and this in a versus, let's not do that because everyone knows who's gonna
Yeah.
win.
It's kind of
But
not fair, but yeah.
yeah, but when you really look at it, the different approaches of the beginning, it's really well done, especially when you
Yeah.
see how brutal these characters are to the vampires. It's so realistic to the point that
Yeah.
you're wondering, like, why is James Woods Jack Crow like this? And you find out later, he's like, oh, he fucking hates vampires.
Yeah.
And rewatching it as well, I was like, no, there's so much in this, like how
It's personal.
it's personal for Jack Crow, and then especially like as we joke about Thomas Ian Griffith and Karate Kid, you see him in this, you're just like, dude is fucking menacing without saying a fucking
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
And when he first arrives, like after his time with Cheryl Lee, it's like
Yeah.
he comes in and Mark Boone Jr. is like, and then sticks his hand in and swipes up. I'm like, what the hell? And then splits apart. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, this movie's serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, like you said about
Dude.
Daniel Baldwin, it's like
Yeah.
when I rewatch this, I mean what I said when he is the heart of
Yeah.
like Jack
Mhm.
Crow and everyone else. Where even though there's like conflict on certain things, I'm like, no, that you have Jack Crow who's like the full extreme of like, no, we need to fucking kill this guy, and Daniel Baldwin's like the logical one, like, yeah, but don't you think we should like fucking regroup and everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, revisiting this film, it is still a masterpiece to this day and very underrated.
Dude, seriously. I mean, this could have been an is it underrated episode.
Hmm
Easy. But yeah, we'll get to the splits and all that good fun
Mhm.
gory stuff. But there's
Yeah.
a difference between, I'm like Blade is I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 movie for me,
Mhm.
but it's highly stylized. It was a different type of movie. It's a different
Yes.
type of setting, a different type of character. This one, I think it's perfect. It being more of the grounded approach to
Yeah.
action. I think fits it more. And you nailed it with them being so brutal to the vampires.
Yeah.
They're there. It's business, son.
Yeah.
It's business. You know, they have their priests with them. They're sent there by the church. They're hunters. They're not
Yeah.
fucking around, dude. Like
No.
this is business. This is business. This is
These are
business.
literally like exterminators, but for vampires. They're literally vampire exterminators, and especially like after they like shoot the one vampire woman's hand off, the next shot they show is like a stake right through a vampire's head, and you're
Oh,
like, what the and
yeah,
the vampire's still fighting back.
yeah. Like the practical effects for that
Oh,
was like it looks so real. It was
it's
legit. Like
so
you see it go
top
all
notch.
the way in. Like it's
Yeah,
so good.
it's so
It's
good.
so good. But yeah, the creativity of how they got them out of the nest was really,
Mhm.
really well done. Talk about how they would do their little nest invasions and how they would get them out of the house.
So basically, they first off scout the house, seeing where could the master be, and then they infiltrate the house like any team operative would, and they're just looking everywhere until it's so dark. And you actually, here's the thing, the team doesn't say a thing. You actually care about them.
Yeah,
That's surprising. It's really rare that you actually care about like a whole team of guys that might get killed later, but you could sense in every single one of them when the first vamp lady just like tackles one of the guys and like he's got her, like everyone hold your fire,
yeah,
hold your fire, hold your fire. And then he's like, all right, she's free, fire, and they just start unloading every weapon they have on her until she's down, and they're like, okay, yep, we got a live one. We'll get her ready for you. And they just get the crossbow ready, already hooked up to the Jeep. And I'm like, that is
yeah,
this is a team that knows what they're doing
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and
Experienced.
experienced. And the fact
Yeah,
that they've done this so many times that even though small little surprises happen, it's
yeah,
like they don't panic. They're just like, all right, we gotta do this. Now this team take on this side, this team take on this side. Let's evade and conquer. And they
yeah.
go through that house and take them all out. Like, especially when the lady just,
Open wide, baby.
yeah, like lady gets dragged out and sticks say no. Jack's like, ah, shit. Sees her and just shoots her hand off, and she gets dragged out into the what's it called?
Dude,
And we get a one-liner, a good one-liner after she goes crispy from Daniel Baldwin by saying, "That's like a little head, hey Padre," while he picks up the skull. And I'm just like, there's some good comedy, but it's not even like not even cheesy comedy. No, it's
brilliant.
like
It's brilliant.
it's really brilliant.
But yeah, them using the crossbow and the arrows to
Yeah,
hook them up to the what you said, the Jeep, right?
yeah.
And then get dragged out into the
Mhm.
sunlight was really brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see this old school approach. Like, it's not just you could just stake them and then they burst into flames like in Buffy or Blade. It was like you have to stake them, put them out in the sunlight, and fucking kill them. I was like,
Yeah.
that's very old school, and it's exactly like how Dracula '92 said it, where, or no, not Dracula '92, Dracula Dead and Loving It, where he said, "We put a stake right through her heart, cut off her head, tear off her ears, I put some garlic in her mouth, and then give me the steak." But
You got to
I was
watch a review of that movie. It's fucking hilarious. I never seen that movie until we reviewed it with me and Kyle reviewed it. But yeah, check that episode out. But yeah, very creative.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
No.
But dude, you have this great opening, like already suspense building, tension building before they even get in the house. And then they get in the house, still have that suspense, and then all hell breaks loose. Then you have this really great action with really cool practical and gore effects and stunt work.
Mhm.
And because those guys were being set on fire,
Yeah.
getting dragged out of the house. And then John Carpenter's like, no, we're not done. No, you're gonna the horrors are coming in. Our team, hard days work. They got to reward themselves. Get the ladies of the night in there.
Yep.
You know, get some of the booze. Even Padre was like drinking,
Yep.
happy. He was happy. Everybody was having a good time. And then something comes a knocking at the door, and dude, fucking Terry Silva showed up after bitch slapping Ralph Macchio a couple times.
Yep.
And it's just like, woo. I mean, and then whoop, just splits apart. Look at this, man.
That was like
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this special effects. This practical
My
effects. So good.
jaw dropped from this. And it's the same guys that did From Dusk Till Dawn as well. We have Greg Nicotero and his team, K&B
Yeah.
Effects,
Yeah.
literally pulling it off, coming from From Dusk Till Dawn on
Yeah.
how they did it there, but doing it a much brutal approach. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And I remember rewatching this. I'm like, holy crap, he is a fucking monster. Like he
Dude.
just with just one swoop of his hand in
Yeah.
this, and then just literally going at everyone in his path.
Yeah. In slow
Decimating.
motion too. John did it in
Yeah.
slow motion, which made it more eerie.
Yeah.
Because he was just, dude, everyone gets it, bro.
Even
Like it's like he destroyed. I think even the ladies of the night get it. Like
Yeah.
Padre gets it.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it, dude.
Yeah. Like him thrusting his hand into a dude and choking a woman too. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like to this day, I'm like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And you see the vampire, the hunters, like even firing at the master, and even he grabs one of the ladies and he's shooting through her to see if it does anything. I'm like, dude, I know you're panicking, but holy crap, is this true?
Yeah.
Shit just goes out the window when a
Oh.
fucking master vampire is there.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
It's absolute chaos, man. You
And
know,
it's
and
done
even
beautifully.
Jack Crow and them are like, all right, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We have got to get it. Look at Thomas. Look, he's
Yeah.
look at he's just like, I know.
And
He's like, I know I'm awesome. Yes.
yeah.
I know. Yeah, but bask, sir, in my awesomeness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we should
did you see-
mention in that scene that right when Jack actually goes for his crossbow, he's caught off guard when Valak actually says to him his name.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got a master that knows my name. That's not good. Whoop, time to go.
Yep.
Let's get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thomas is like amazing in this.
Mhm.
And I heard I watched one of the interviews. I think it was on Shout Factory,
Mhm.
Blu-ray. He was talking about how he was filming another movie and he cut his hair really short.
Oh.
So they had to. It was like a what's the word? Painstakingly. What is it?
And like basically clip, not even just clip, but just
Yeah, it was like a long process for them to get
Yeah.
to make the hair on him look, like it needs to be there, not like a bad wig. Because
no.
we've all spotted bad wigs, our fair
Yep.
share of bad wigs in movies.
Yep.
Even in big budget AAA hundreds of $1 million movies, you can spot bad wigs.
Like Venom with Woody Harrelson's hair.
Oh god damn it. Oh, but bask again, sir, in the awesomeness that is Thomas Valak. And unfortunately for our team and the ladies of the night, they didn't make it, especially our lead here, our female lead here. I love that shot. Look at that shot.
Yeah.
Dude. You could just hang up that shot and people would ask, what is going on there? What's happening? What movie is this? You know?
And
So
all you
good.
say is the art of seduction.
Hey, Valak knows some things. That's all I
Yup.
gotta say. Is Valak knows some
Yup.
things. He knows some things, and he's got them fangs. Okay, and and yeah. The funny thing is, what is it? Once you go vamp, once you go vamp, you don't go back.
Or this one says it.
Okay, hold on. All right, now, no, put it back on there. All right, now, Kyle, I have not seen that movie. Is it time to revisit it? Is it time to
I would
revisit it?
say
Is it time
we should
we should
revisit
talk
this,
about it?
especially when this character says, once you get head from a vamp, you ain't lived.
Wow.
Yep.
Now you're making me want to watch it. There, that's John Bon Jovi, right?
That is John Bon
Oh
Jovi
God,
as
I
our
think
main character.
I think we're gonna have to talk about it. Fuck it.
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I have not seen that one there. But yeah, once you go vamp, that's it. You don't go back. What's funny is also, excuse me, Thomas said in the interview was when they were doing that scene, he talked it over with the actress, like what they were gonna do.
Mhm.
And when they filmed that scene, everyone was quiet. Like everyone was quiet. Like everyone's like, ooh, let's see how this plays out. And after John says cut and it's over, John goes, "What kind of movie are we making?"
When the director says, "What are we making?" I'm like, "Yep, we're in that territory now, everybody."
You're making a future classic, John. But yeah, it doesn't go well for her. She's bit on the thigh. At first thought she was bit somewhere else. But I love how she's bitten, so Daniel grabs her and like, look, we got to take her with us.
Yep.
But I love how you don't see this a lot in
No.
these type of movies where, I mean, it's just fucking carnage back there.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead. No one's alive in that little motel. Like
No.
it's just nothing but dead bodies.
Yeah.
But out of respect for his team and to make sure they don't turn, he goes back by himself.
Yep.
And finishes the job.
Yeah.
And stakes everyone just to double tap and make sure, out of respect for his team too, to bury them.
Mhm.
And I know Daniel was mad because he wanted to help bury his friends too, but
Yeah.
Jack's like, I got to do this by myself, and just to make sure, let's blow up the motel.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's the 90s. Why?
Yep.
Yeah.
Real explosions, not just
Yeah.
CGI explosions. This was
Why
a real
is this GIF in reverse?
Not sure, but
I just now noticed that now. He's coming out of a portal. And then they get the idea of course, they're like tripping, like, okay, we got a master vamp. There shouldn't be any master vamps. Like,
Mhm.
why do we, like, what is this? This is the strongest vampire we ever came across. What is going on? And then all of a sudden, the church is not really backing them like they want. And they want to, like you said, they want to make a new Daniel and the church even suggested we got to make a new team here.
yeah.
We got to start from scratch. And Jack's like, we do not have time to find people, train them, and throw them into combat, and they're green. Like we
Yep.
gotta hunt this dude now. So he kind of rebels, but Daniel has the idea of, since she's bitten, technically she's connected to the master, and they can
Yeah.
track him. They
Exactly.
can track him, which was really good. This actress was so good in this movie, man. Shout out to Cheryl Lee, who played Katrina. Really good. And again, I haven't had time to look up her other work on IMDb,
Mm.
but I haven't really personally. I have not seen her in anything else.
Yeah. I haven't either, and I knew that she was part of like the Twin Peaks boom, which
Oh,
I've never
okay.
really
She was Twin
watched.
Peaks. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never watched the Twin Peaks. I've always been curious to watch it at some point with Lady Fat Blood because we like us some weird shit and mystery, crime, and weird. I think we would be right at home with Twin Peaks. We'll have to. It's on the list to eventually watch. Okay, so that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's on the show. But yeah, in terms of like feature films,
Yeah.
I
It's
kind of
very
was hoping to
rare.
see her and stuff because she was great.
hmm
She was really
Like,
good.
like and especially like the amount of abuse that she goes through throughout
Dude.
this film.
I
I'm like,
know.
it's like hard. Like, yes, nowadays you can't really get away with that, but like the fact that not just gave her a purpose, they
Right.
really gave her a purpose. Like, no, we have to keep her because yes, she'll turn, but when that time comes, we need to
Right.
find this fucking vampire. Which when Jack actually goes to talk to the church about it, you find out that the church made Valak by
That was a
accident.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a trip. I did not see that coming. The first time I watched it, I was like, "What?" It's like, "Good
Yeah.
job." Good job.
Yeah.
But Valak, was he the first? He was the first vamp
Yeah, the
in this
first vamp,
universe. Yeah.
like when they mentioned that, I remember rewatching this and I was like, holy shit, how did I miss that detail? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not just personal. It's like this is they have to fucking kill him because he's the first vampire that the church made, and Jack is not gonna stop.
No.
Like
No.
whatever friggin' Valak is going after. Yeah, I understand, but we'll get to that. But holy crap, this
Yeah.
is something that this is a
And
purpose.
yeah, and also Valak used to be a priest.
That's the other
That
crazy part.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He used to be a priest, and the church fucked around and found out, and
Mhm.
now they've created this monstrosity that's just going
Yep.
around killing other priests. Yeah, just look at
Yeah.
the bask, you heathens, bask in the awesomeness that is Valak, John Carpenter, and these practical gore effects. Look,
Mhm.
it's so good, so good. This is
So
why
good.
stuff like that will always be better than
Mhm.
CGI blood.
Yep.
It will always be better from 5,000 years from now. Making movies, practical effects done really well, done
Yep.
right, will always be better than CGI blood. But I get it. You got to use CGI blood when you have to. I get it. But yeah, he's going around just fucking everybody up. He's trying to get that Black Cross, man.
Yeah.
And now we have mini bosses
Yeah.
have risen from the dead, or from the dead, have come back. And are they masters too?
Yeah. From what Katrina has said, that they're all masters.
They seemed weaker to me.
Yeah, which it kind of makes sense that Valak was like the strongest one, and I guess
Right.
he basically
Because he's the
made
original.
yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
them not as equally strong, but strong enough that it would be what's it called? It would be formidable when the team goes against them. And
Right. Right.
so, like you said, sub bosses that depending on how they approach it.
Yeah.
And
Well, more
yeah,
vamps the better, I say.
yeah,
That gives
like
us more action and more body count. So I'm all for it. Talk about this guy.
Tim Guini as Father Adam Guito, like he basically serves as the audience of this.
Yeah.
Like he's brand new into it, but he has useful information that he's been keeping. But
Yeah.
yeah, he serves really well as the audience's eyes of like we're getting to know who Jack Crow is.
Hmm.
But as our first meeting goes, Jack Crow beats the shit out of him. Like, yeah, who set us up? And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking
He was
about.
gonna kill him.
Yeah, he was literally gonna kill him. And then once the what's it called? Once the priest that Valak takes away, um, they find they find out about this through the link. They're like, okay, we need to have some answers. So Jack like takes him into the bathroom, like, I need you to tell me some answers, or else I'm gonna cut you. And
Yeah.
and the thing was, like, Father Adam Guido was like, you're not gonna do such a thing. Give me your hand. And I was just like, dude. And this is where with just a few lines of Jack Crow saying, my dad kept a secret from me. He was bitten by a vampire, and he he literally like just said, yeah, that night he turned, he came after my mother, then he came after me. I have no problem killing you. And I'm like, he's definitely a monster in his
That
own
was
right.
fucking dope. That was a
Yeah,
fucking dope line. That was a
yeah.
dope line, dude. That was great.
And
I
then
got
he's
no
about to,
problems killing you.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
about to stab him, and that's when you find out that the reason why the cardinal and Amgido are there is to find that priest, to find the cross, to get
Hmm.
away from Valak. So that's when he's now finally accepted as part of the group. Like, yep. Even though he's asking for forgiveness, but it's like, no, you're doing the right thing because you. This is what you have to do to help, in
Yeah.
a sense, the greater good of
Yeah.
what needs to happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for
he,
sure.
like, even though we didn't get to see much of him in Blade, like,
Right.
he actually kills it as like the
Yeah.
audience's surrogate in this film. Like,
Yeah.
and you see his growth, like just being like this meek priest to helping out the team trying to get the vampires out to being a badass himself near the end. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, holy crap, he has a full character arc that
Yeah.
looks really beautiful.
He proves his worth.
Yeah.
You know, he proves himself, and to be a part of the team, and he's because he could have easily been kind of the useless, whiny, annoying, character
Yeah.
that just kind of just gets killed later.
Yeah.
Kind of useless. But no, I kind of liked his how his character evolved by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about some of the Jack just fucking with him with the one-liners.
I was kicking you down there. Did I give you a little what? You know, get a little hard on there, And he just looks at him like, what? Which the fact that it comes back in the end.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He says it again.
mahogany. What? Ebony. Excuse me? Teak. But are you possessed by demons? Major Chubby. And I think this is the movie that before fucking like Captain America says language, it's like you have these two saying that to each other whenever one of them swears at each other. He's like, language. And he's like, let's talk about language here.
But yeah, they had a great back and forth, great
Mhm.
chemistry. You kind of wish there was a sequel, a good sequel.
Honestly, we should revisit this.
Okay, all right. Well, John Carpenter directed level sequel.
That's fair.
There you go.
That's
There
fair.
you go. But yeah, now we're on the hunt here. The hunt continues. They got the team together. I think at this point, Daniel's been bitten.
No, first, on the arm.
Right.
Yeah.
Earlier they had a little
Yeah.
altercation. Him and the female had an altercation, and she bit him, and he hid it from Jack. And I love how Jack was like, "You all right there?" like, yeah, I'm good, man. Sure. Because I think Daniel knows, like, Jack's gonna fucking kill me, dude, if I tell him.
And I just forgot to mention this, like, not just how Cheryl Lee's Katrina, like, actually is just great in this, but you see her struggle. Like,
Oh yeah.
the fact when her in that moment with Montoya, like Daniel Baldwin's character, they're talking about how the virus works. The fact that she kills herself, I was like, wait, there is weight behind this, her suicide attempt, because she doesn't want this.
Right. Yeah.
And
I mean, plus she's getting tortured every
yeah,
night because she keeps having nightmares about Valak, and then Valak can kind of see, it's kind of works both ways a little bit. Like Valak can kind of see what she sees,
yeah,
and vice versa, So, but yeah, great performance, so good. But yeah, and we got the team together. We know where the nest is. Let's go kick ass. Before that, though, they kind of one up them, and they had Jack on a cross. They put Jack on literally on a cross, and it looked like it was over for old Jack. And then our boy here comes and saves the day. I love how I love the escape. How he just drives by Daniel and drives by with the truck. And when they shoot the arrows on the cross, and you just see him fly off. Like, there's no bruises or injury and broken bones. He's fine.
He had God on his side.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, that was a great scene, great back and forth. And of course, Valak is pissed. He is not happy because they didn't get a chance to complete the ritual.
Mhm.
So he's pissed off, and now it's just time for that end finale, baby. Let's go. And of course, Jack's like, "Hey, we're gonna do this, but hey, you know what's gonna happen later, right?" Like, you know what's gonna happen later, But she fully turns,
Yes, she
and
takes
sinks her fangs into, completely sinks her fangs into Daniel. And he really fought so hard, in that scene. His character really was trying, like, no, stop.
Yeah.
No,
Literally just
stop it. Right there, right here will be good.
Oh no.
Stop. Bad.
Oh no.
Bad.
Oh no, stop. No. Okay.
But yeah, it is complete. And the craziness has begun. But we have a finale showdown, and boom, whips out the cross. I love the simplicity of the movie. This movie didn't need a Blade action finale showdown. Blade did.
Yeah.
Because it kind of introduced that kind of action in the club.
Yes.
So you expect better or even more or similar by the end. But this one was just like, no, we know where they're at. The sun's out. They're hiding. Let's just go back and kick their ass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
and especially like when it's Jack Crow versus Valak. And to this day, when I rewatched that scene, I'm like, this guy is not leaving here alive, and he's just gonna fuck with this vampire, and he does by just like, it's like, give me the cross. I'm like, you want this cross? Just let me ask you one thing. After 600 years, how's that dick working, Triga? I was just like, dude, you're just goading this guy. I'm like, that is hardcore. But I'm like, do it. It's like, yeah, fight him and just
And leading up to that hilariosity and that great scene, we had some more action. We had to clear out some more nests. We had to clear out the mini bosses.
Yes.
You know, I think my favorite was when they were pulling out one of the vamps, and Jack gets on top, and he's like,
starts stabbing her at the same
die,
time.
die, and he ends up shooting her in the head, and then he has to roll off, and then she bursts into flames.
Yeah.
That so good, dude.
So good.
That
Like,
is
you never
so
see that
entertaining.
ever again.
No.
You'll never see shit like that ever
No,
again.
it was so good. Yeah, he's
Actually,
just riding her on the way out.
You might actually, I might be wrong. You actually kind of somewhat see that in this.
All right. Well, we're gonna talk about it. God damn it, we'll do it. I was trying so hard. I mean, this was like what 2-3 years ago when we went to San Diego Comic-Con, and I was trying to go through my files on a laptop, and I'm thinking it was on another laptop or it's on the hard drive, an older hard drive, and I'm like, dude, I'm not searching through 5 billion different photos to find it. So unfortunately, I couldn't show it today. But at San Diego Comic-Con, they had the actual cross there.
Holy shit.
On display. Yeah, and I took a photo of it, and I was like, oh, shit. But yeah, it was cool seeing it in person there. But yeah, very, very Hammer horror feel and vibe finishing Valak off, especially when the sunlight comes through after he gets impaled. Very, very well done. Very well done. And again, you know, even though we had the scene earlier where he's like, you know what's going to happen, right? At some point, he's like, I love you, my brother. I'm not going to kill you now, but at some point, I'm going to have to hunt you both down.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack is legit, dude. Like, he doesn't fuck around.
And especially the father, like, even like saw it too. Like when he pulled the gun out, he's like, but you see that slight change of heart with Jack at the same time. Like how long ago was it? He's like 2 days. Well, I say you got 2 days. And even the Padre's like, you got 2 days. And I'm just like, damn. Like, people have changed, but
well, you got to go. Yeah, it was a great wrap up. You got to go through some things to eventually get to that point, and they both have. But even though he was like, you got to 2 days, it was cool to see them embrace. For one last time, before eventually he's going to have to hunt both of them down. But yeah, phenomenal. Hey, what? This movie, scratch the vamp itch. That's right. The John Carpenter itch that we kind of miss. I miss this John Carpenter. Yep. John Carpenter is a legend. He doesn't really have to do anything anymore. He just make music, go on tour, doesn't have to be involved with video games.
Basically, be a rock star. He just gotta be a rock star. Yeah.
John doesn't have to do anything, but I still miss him making movies like this. But yeah, I love this film. And if you guys out there, if you guys have not seen John Carpenter's Vampires, all I got to say is shame on you. Shame on you. Terry Silva laughs. He laughs, okay? And you're
he laughs on your lapel.
Yes. Come on. Come on. Watch the movie and bask in the awesomeness that is John Carpenter's Vampires. Well, this was awesome, man.
Yep.
Great pick once
Yeah.
again. You have not failed me. You've not failed me yet. Every pick Kyle chooses to do and talk about on the channel, especially movies I have not seen. They're always been entertaining and fun. So yeah, man. What you got? Is there anything you could spoil yet or not yet? What you got coming up?
No, I can't really.
It's on the
spoil
hush.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really spoil anything yet.
I'll let you know when he lets me know. But he's out there doing his filmmaking thing. That's what it's all about. The passion. And speaking of passion, hey, subscribe to your old boy Samurai Guy here. That's right. Like and share this video. Get it out there. Keep supporting the horror genre. That's right. Keep watching them movies. Buying them Blu-rays, baby. Yeah. And don't forget to follow us on Spotify as well. Listen to all of the awesome episodes we got on there. And upcoming, we got way more badassity and, of course, hilariosity because it's me and it's this channel. So on the way, way more episodes, more special guest picks, more horror movie reviews coming. I can speak in the English, Kyle. I can speak in English. I need some
all I
need
can
some
say is
coffee.
this stream gave me a little bit of teak.
What was that?
This stream gave
Mahogany.
mahogany.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bask, damn it.